A big question people have is, why is my mind completely restless all day long? Why does it never shut up? Okay, so the metaphor I like to use here is the Labrador mind, right? Maybe you have a dog, or you had a dog at some point in your life, but a dog seeing a squirrel chasing by is not going to be able to think about anything else except chasing that squirrel down until it can't see it anymore. And then as soon as that is out of sight, out of mind, it's going to be looking for the next thing to chase, right? So very often what happens is your mind is so restless because it's almost like your thoughts are chasing their own tail, or as soon as there is something negative that catches your attention in your environment, whether it is a fear of the future, or whether it is a bad memory of the past, or whether it is a current responsibility that you have on your plate, all of a sudden it seems like your mind just completely goes there. And then it thinks about the second negative thing, and then it goes there, and the third negative thing, and it goes there, and it continues to cycle back and forth, going through all of these different routes, okay? And the challenge is simply your mind is not trained, okay? An anxious mind is an untrained mind. And so if you want to make sure that you aren't having consistent restless thoughts, we've got to make sure that you can train that dog to sit, right? And make sure that it does not chase whatever is going past it, and that it is completely well obedient and trained. That is making sure that you have full emotional and mental mastery, right? That you have real psychological control. So how do you do that? Well, you have to be able to condition in new patterns of focus, new patterns of thought. Okay, and that's a process that takes several weeks to make sure that it happens. But once you do it, just like training that dog, right? It requires a little bit of obedience training, but once it's done, you can be confident that even when a passing little thought of a negative memory or a responsibility or whatever passes through your mind, your entire emotional energy is not going to consistently follow it and chase it. And that's what the real key is to making sure that you get real lasting control.